In this video, we're going to create an invoice and have the customer pay for it via check. Then we're going to walk through the process of how to indicate that we deposited that check to our bank account and eventually that check cleared. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is come over to sales invoice, and I want to create a new invoice. Now, because I am taking a check, I need the customer information. So we're going to click on the drop down and we're going to say that Jenny is our customer. Then I'm going to select standard for my pricing list and come down and we're going to add a couple of items. We're going to say that Jenny is buying a Dell computer and buying a Canon camera. Now that I've got all the items in the invoice, I'm going to go ahead and go to the Pay Now option. Here, I can indicate that Jenny's going to pay with a check. When I click on check, notice that the customer balance limit shows up. This is important because the available limit needs to be higher than the pending amount. Since that's the case, I can go ahead and click on this button right here and it will throw in the pending invoice amount. Then I can go ahead and enter in a check number. We're going to go with something easy to remember, all ones, and then we'll say that this is from Chase. We're going to say the check date is also the 18th. Come down and we can add any details or notes and then hit save. Now the invoice is created and I've said that I've taken in a check. The next step would be depositing that check into my bank account. So whenever that happens, you can come back over to sales, scroll down and find checks. Here you can see a list of all the checks that you've taken in. We're going to find the check number 111 right here. And if you notice, the status is received. It shows the amount and it has some details about when it was created and what invoice it was created for. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that we deposited this check into our bank account. So I'm going to click on the context menu here and go to deposit check and say, yes, I want to do this. And it brings up the date and time that we're currently on. And it wants to say what bank are we depositing this check to. So I'm going to click on the drop down. I only have one option for Bank of America and I only have one option for a bank number. I'm going to click OK. And now I've indicated to the Althea that I've deposited this check to the bank. Now, typically, however long it takes your bank to clear that check, you would wait that amount of time. And when it does clear, you want to come back to this section and tell AltheaSuite that you've cleared this check. So select on the check again, click on mark as cleared, and this screen pulls up. It has a check number, check amount, what bank and account it went to. It has all the details about what invoice is for and when it was deposited. And then what I need to do is come down here and say, this check was meant to pay for this invoice. So we know it's invoice 52. So I'm going to go ahead and come down here, select this amount or this invoice, and then come down and hit save. That's all there is to taking a check, depositing it, and clearing it. If you have any questions about how to take a check payment, feel free to reach out to us at AltheaSuite.com.